when I was in boot camp, just like I hear the stories in prison, how when you come in there, they do everything in their power to strip you of your individuality. The same thing happens when you go to the military. They strip you of any humanity that you think that you have, any individuality, and then to add to it, not only do they do it to the other recruits, but they pit y'all against each other, so that you can't even rely on anybody for support, comfort. You literally just go through all that turmoil, all the name calling, all that harsh training, those conditions you subjected to, depending on what era you were in, the abuse, because people act like people ain't getting abused in the motherfucking military. Yes, the freak they were. You hear me? I even tell people, you're more likely to lose a loved one in the military to suicide and or even homicide. It just depends on where they at. In garrison, is more likely suicide. In the field, more likely homicide. Different. Same thing in the carceral system. People feel so defeated. They feel trapped. I can't get out of here. I'm stuck here. I don't have no support system. I can't really tell my family about this because they don't know. They don't understand any of this. And they take their own lives or they kill each other because it's not as tight-knit as you think. Tell people I learned the isms. I hear a lot of time people talking about ain't no racism in the military. Nigga, what? Where did this whole concept of green come from? Because niggas will sit here and say that you green. We all green in the military, but then they fail to mention the colorism aspect, because colorism is attached to racism. People that look like me, they call dark green. People who look like my wife, they call light green. If the military isn't racist, why are you calling us dark and light green? It's just like we all humans, but some get called white, some get called Chinese, some get called Latino, some get called black. It all boils down to racism. In the military, it's racially divided as it is in prison. Yeah, there is some mixing and mingling, but the mixing and mingling is usually based on your geographic location. So if you one of them like white boys or those Latino boys, that like especially the white boys from like places like New York, New Jersey, and they from the poor parts of those places, but they're big, you know, metropolitan cities, then the likelihood of the white boys being around a bunch of other white boys is kind of slim. But they hung out with a bunch of black kids, especially when it came to school. When it came to, you know, they was hanging out with black kids. So